Autumn invites us to slow down, but sometimes that slowing down can feel like fatigue, confusion, or even a loss of motivation. So today I'm going to be sharing how to be healthy during autumn using science-based tools and Somatiq Rhythm. This way we're going to focus on supporting our energy levels, our body, our mind, following our own internal biology. So if you're the kind of person that whenever autumn arrives you feel scattered or stuck, I think this is really going to help you. Okay, so first let's talk about what autumn does to our body, because in order to choose the right tools, we need to understand what is happening internally. So in autumn, something that we know and is very obvious with time, it gets darker sooner, which means daylight hours decrease. And what this does is that our suprachiasmatic nucleus, the part of the brain that controls our circadian rhythm, begins to shift our internal hormonal patterns. What does that mean? Melatonin starts increasing sooner in the day. Cortisol production gets delayed. And that is why you might feel more tired in the afternoon or struggle to feel motivated. And this shift is completely biologically appropriate. You're not lazy. Your body's not lazy. Your body is just adapting to the new season. And Somatiq Rhythm, which is my website, the concept that I focus on, is all about using this information to support ourselves. It's not by forcing productivity, but more of following internal cues and creating alignment. So now that we have understood what happens to our body, the first advice is that light is medicine. One of the most overlooked wellness tools during autumn is light therapy. And I'm not talking about artificial lamps here. I mean actual natural light, and this works even if it's cloudy. So aim to go outside within the first hour of waking up. Again, even if it's cloudy, just for 10 to 15 minutes, that's enough. What this light is going to do is tell your hypothalamus to reset your internal clock. It is going to help our mood via our serotonin, and it is going to anchor our sleep-wake cycle. The second tip, and this I'm pretty sure that you heard before, is to eat to support your immunity and your energy. It's no secret that with autumn comes the flu season, and this means our immune system is under more pressure. So instead of thinking about extreme cleansing, overdose of supplements, let's come back to immune supportive foods that follow the rhythm of the season. So for example, beta-glucans from mushrooms like shiitake and maitake can enhance the function of natural killer cells, which are a type of cells in our immune system, and support adaptive immunity. Foods that are rich in zinc, like pumpkins, support white blood cell production. And then, for example, garlic and onions contain sulfur, and these are going to help activate the detox pathways and support immune surveillance. So in autumn, get ready to prepare warm soups. Use garlic and onions on your recipes. You can have bone broth or vegetable broth. This will depend on your diet. Turmeric, greens. And my advice is to keep a low-carb diet. Nothing strict. I do not believe in strict diets because our mental health really plays a role, and you don't have to go crazy counting every single carb that you're eating, but at least keep that mindset of low carb. And here I'm not talking about weight loss. I am talking about reducing post-meal glucose spikes, because when we do this, when we focus on reducing this, we're going to help stabilize inflammation and energy. So as a reminder, low carb does not mean restriction. It means choosing meals that are going to help you feel calm and avoid crashing. The next tip here is your morning routine. I am a person that changes the morning routine with every season because, as we mentioned before, your body does not work the same in every single season. So there's no point on keeping your super productive morning routine that you may have in a summer morning for autumn. A routine is to help your body, not make it exhausted. The goal of having a routine is to help your body work for you and for the things that you want to accomplish during the day and to work on your health rather than it working against you. Because yes, if you do not do the right routine, your body can work against you and the goals that you actually have and what you want to accomplish. Not every single routine works the same for every single person out there. Having a routine is not about performance. It's not about feeling super productive in the first 3 hours of the morning. It's about regulation. It's about helping your body's biology. The sequence of habits and practices that you choose on a routine is speaking to your nervous system. The more regulated your nervous system is, the easier it becomes to make healthy choices during the day. So what could a morning routine for autumn look like? It would look like waking up gently. In my opinion, no harsh alarm noises. We can speak about that on another video, but that is not really healthy. If it's possible, of course, this will depend on your waking hours and where you live, but if it's possible, 10 to 15 minutes of being in natural light. You don't have to be doing anything crazy. You don't have to be doing a massive workout. It can be just you with your coffee or your warm tea or your infusion, whatever it is that you like having in the morning, and spending some quiet time with yourself and just in natural light. I would avoid spending time on your phone the first 30 minutes, and I know this can be very difficult. Not because of social media, because we should definitely avoid that in the morning, but maybe if you're like me, you like using your phone to track certain things of your habits. Like I use my phone to track my menstrual cycle. I use my phone to check how well I slept. I also use my phone to check on my metabolism. So like my phone really helps me track my health. So what I do first thing in the morning is just like, okay, track my menstrual cycle, track my metabolism. It's done. Put your phone away. And now it's me time, light, journaling, whatever I feel like doing on that day. Lately, my morning routines tend to change a bit with the disease, but I try to at least give myself 10 minutes of just sitting down, doing nothing, me with my thoughts, journaling if I want to. If not, I'm just there in natural light. I would also suggest, instead of starting with coffee right away, especially if you're a woman, start with lemon water, an infusion. This is going to slowly stimulate our digestion gently and not giving it something really harsh to work on first thing in the morning. The next thing that I would suggest is light movement. If you're a person that loves working out in the morning and wakes up with enough energy to do that, go ahead. I'm not here to stop you, but for those of us who wake up very, very slow and our energy doesn't come right with the second of waking up, it just takes its time to get there. Maybe some slow, nice movement. It can be some cat-cow poses, some stretching, some yoga poses. Maybe you can do some breath work while you're standing in front of the natural light, or some fascia release. Again, mentioning natural light because we need to regulate our circadian rhythm. And then just to go back to sitting down in stillness or doing nothing when you are trying to get some natural light, journaling or a prayer or some grounding thoughts, this can really, really help immensely to start the morning on the right way and to regulate our nervous system. Okay, next step, since we were talking about nervous system, I want to talk about nervous system and our emotions during autumn. This is also no secret. With autumn, with the days getting shorter, we tend to shift in dopamine and serotonin. So it's very common to feel more anxious and more melancholic during autumn. And this is not just emotional, it's neurochemical. So here I just want to share some evidence-based practices that can help regulate our mood and understand our emotions and how we're feeling. The first one is nasal breathing. When we do nasal breathing and we longer exhale, this is going to stimulate our vagus nerve and increase parasympathetic tone. Another thing is walking in nature. This is going to help us reduce subgenual prefrontal cortex activity, which is the area involved in rumination. For those of you who don't know, rumination is the act of focusing on negative thoughts over and over and over again. Another thing, and I think this is going to be an easy one to do, is keeping warm. Keeping yourself warm is going to help reduce sympathetic activation. So wearing socks, a sweater, layering, this helps your nervous system feel safe. Okay, and last but not least, let's talk about seasonal transitions and letting go. When we look at nature, autumn is a season of release. You can see how the leaves are falling down from the trees because they let go of what they no longer need. And that same principle applies to us. Whether you're thinking habits, thoughts, behavioral patterns, expectations, routines, autumn is the best time to sit down, take inventory, evaluate, and let go of what is not working for you. And this is why seasonal resets are so powerful. Here, we're not talking so much of doing a life reset as we do in this channel, which is prepping for the new opportunity that is coming to work on our goals and achieve our habits. Seasonal reset is more of a tiny shift to help your body adapt to the new season by adapting your routines, see what other ways you can work on the goals that you set at the beginning of the year, things like that. So how can you start? Maybe write down 3 habits that right now feel heavy, that right now feel like it's an impossible mission. It doesn't have to be just habits. It can be anything in your life right now that you're trying to do or that you're carrying with you and makes you feel like it's really, really heavy. When you have finished writing that down, the next thing is to ask yourself a question. Does this align to how I want to feel this season? And ask yourself this question for the 3 things that you wrote down. If it doesn't align, either adapt or let go. Create a space for something new that you think you need in this moment, or for the new routine adapted to what you want to work on. Living in alignment is not about following rules. Living in alignment with your biology is remembering that your body has rhythm. Remember, somatic rhythm. Your body's intelligence is always speaking to you. It is always sending you signals. So this autumn, I invite you to listen to your body. Support your light exposure. Eat in rhythm with seasonal foods, move slowly, regulate your nervous system, and finally release of what no longer fits. So that's it for this video. I really hope that it helped. I really hope that you found value in it. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
That sound nice. To think better, feel better, love better, sleep